Welcome back to Chrono Trigger. I changed around my team a little bit after we beat the shit out of Dalton and got our ship back.
And got the ability to change our party members again.
Well, that happened as soon as we got all of our stuff back. Oh, yeah.
Actually...
Well, that too. That too. We were... Three of us were kind of stuck on the Blackbird, and the rest of us were trapped in...
The end of time, I assume.
Yes. Now there is a tab we can get here. Finally, now that this guy decided to leave. It's completely... As far as I can tell, that is completely random whenever that happens. I don't know exactly what triggers it. It's just sometimes he'll move, sometimes he won't. Either depends on how far into the story you're at, or what time you specifically talk to him. I don't know, but that might be potentially one of the tabs you miss for the entire game because he just decides not to fucking move.
I guess. I don't even know.
Not that I'm trying to get all the not that I'm trying to find all the tabs. I mean, I could easily look up a walkthrough and find all the tabs or use my player's guide, but
at
this
point, you're already just like, let's just move on with the story, essentially.
Pretty much. I mean, really, the only reason you want to get all the tabs is if you're going to do New Game Plus, because you can just keep getting them over and over again. Actually, no. Once you get to Specchio's final form, you can just grind off of him. Assuming you want to do that, because holy shit, the final form of Specchio is a bitch. I have yet to record that, and I don't think I ever am going to, because one, I don't feel like grinding to level 100, and two, I've done it once, and it is not fun fighting that jackass.
Not to mention it's not fun grinding up to level 99.
I mean, getting to level 99 with everyone isn't that hard.
It's just tedious.
It is. But it's not worth it because Specchio can just nuke your ass.
Well, he is the master of war, so...
Well, it's the fact that he uses everyone's highest level tech, so he can use dark matter, he can use luminaire, he can use shock. You're just fucked.
Yep.
Anyway, let's go to the North Cape, because there's really nothing else we can do. We're kind of stuck here.
I mean, we could go on the plane, I think.
But we can't. So if you come here after all that stuff, we find this Specchio. Oh god, it's Magus!
So what was the point of teleporting behind us and then showing up on the other side?
Well, apparently Magus just left that there for us because he knew we were coming up. And somehow we magically managed to teleport to the time period that Magus went to as well. And the Zeal Kingdom's now gone. Oh. Well, shit, now we're getting backstory on Magus. Huzzah!
More backstories.
Well, actual official backstory. We never actually learned anything about Magus. Oh shit, Gaspar's here. What the hell? Shit.
Everything's going to shit.
They might be okay. Wait, Janice is there too. What the fuck? They might be okay. Damn it, I watched too much H.C. Bailey.
Hey, yo, what's up?
So, now we know where Melchior came from. Now we know where he came from. And so, the Guru of Time was actually Gaspar. Got I'm not even playing this up. This is legit like one of my favorite parts of this game.
Mostly because you finally see like why exactly everyone was where
and
from.
Janice appeared in 1200 BC. That means that Janice is actually Magus the whole time.
You mean 600 AD?
600. You know what I meant.
Yeah.
So Magus was actually Janus. He got teleported to 600 AD by Lavos. And ever since then, he's been trying to get back to this time so he could kick Lavos' ass. And that's why he was summoning him back in that era. Now it all makes sense.
Something like that.
However, it really doesn't matter, because even if we didn't stop you from summoning Lavos, he would have killed you.
Yeah, and then he would have been forgotten. He would have been just like Hitler, just like, oh, he's dead. Okay,
well,
everything's over.
I guess that's supposed. Well, I mean, everyone in 600 AD would be happy. Frog would be not a frog anymore.
I guess. I don't even know. Oh, now he's talking shit.
Oh shit! And this is the coolest part of this game, to me anyway. I mean, even with the obviously censorship crap, the way he talks, like, this is totally a Vegeta line here.
Yep.
Okay, now there's two different things you can do here. You can actually fight Magus here. There's actually two different ways of fighting him. If you have Frog on your team, it does this. You go into a one-on-one fight with Magus, which is fucking awesome, by the way.
Yep.
It's every time I look at Magus's pose, it's really weird that they decided not to put the scythe in when he's holding it like that. So it looks like he's literally holding nothing, or it looks like he's trying to punch you in the face. It looks like he's more like in a boxing stance because they don't draw the scythe.
I think they're trying to show that, like, oh, he's hiding the scythe behind his cape or some shit like that. I don't even know.
Maybe.
Plus,
but this is
if I remember correctly, doesn't he have like 6,666? I think he has the same exact stats as when you fought him the first time.
He does, except he doesn't have his magic anymore.
Yeah. So
the reason for that is actually story based. That point where Chrono died and you were fighting Lavos. Yeah, it really fucked with Magus because he almost died, so he lost all of his magic power.
Yeah, when he was trying to take on Lavos himself, then that's when Lavos just straight up, well, not like paralyzed him, and I think he drained his magic essentially.
Yeah, if you don't have Frog on your team, then everyone that's on your team at once fights Magus, which makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's pretty much a straight up curb stomp.
Well, this is a curb stomp too, because like,
well, it's not as much of a curb stomp as a 3-on-1, but still, it is definitely easier compared to the first time.
You really can't lose unless you get super unlucky and decide not to heal.
And somehow he lands nothing but criticals.
Well, I mean, he can still use magic. He just can't use the higher level spells. He's not going to be using dark matter on you in this fight.
Right.
Because if he could use dark matter, you'd be fucked. But as you can see, the lower his HP gets, the more desperate he gets. But look, like, Ice 2 did less than 100 damage. So obviously something is up with Magus. His power is definitely lowered for this.
Yeah. No, it's not that his power got lower. It's just like, gameplay-wise, he's at the same point he was when you fought him like 20 levels ago. Well, not 20 levels ago, but like, you're much stronger, and the game doesn't compensate for that, so it makes you feel like you've gotten way stronger.
True. They did change it up a bit because the Masamune is not cutting his magic defense in half anymore.
Well, obviously, they kind of had to get rid of that little mechanic for the boss fight.
Well, that's also a clever way of looking into the plot of, like, Magus's power. Magus's magic has been lowered so much that you don't even need to lower it anymore with the Masamune.
Yeah. He can't hide behind a barrier that he can't make.
So again, this is basically a you win button. It's a little tedious, but I don't care. I love his theme song. even if Magus is technically not evil, like all of everything he's been doing. Honestly, I think Magus has the most tragic backstory of this game. Because whether or not you care about what he does, like, Jesus Christ, his entire life got fucked over because of Lavos.
And his mother. Mostly his mother, because she wanted to get Lavos'
Well, his
power.
Yeah. So because Zeal summoned Lavos, it fucked everything up.
Because Zeal's a bitch, the entire plot happened.
Yeah, Zeal's like the Frieza of this game.
She's kind of like one half of Frieza, if we're being like, if Lavos is like the alien half of Frieza, Queen Zeal is essentially like Frieza's intellect in a human form.
Pretty much, yeah. She's a bitch, so that's all that matters.
That's all we need to know, and that's all we need to know to cut her down.
What's weird though, like they do that, like they do this whole build up with Zeal. Like, and it's great. It makes you think that Zeal's going to be the villain, but she's still not. It's still Lavos. It's
unless you go through the optional dungeon, but we'll get to that right now. I think it'll be after all this.
Yeah, after well,
I mean, because honest, that whole dungeon is optional. You can just outright skip it.
Yes, it is. You can also well, we'll see in a bit. I apologize for if this is boring. I hope you're enjoying the music at least, but this is basically all it is. And sometimes Magus gets angry.
He just did Fire 2 back to back.
Sometimes Magus gets angry and he decides to attack you 2 or 3 times in a row.
I mean, like, you have to admit, like, the 3-on-1 is definitely a lot easier compared to the 1-on-1 here. I mean, this is still easy, but... like, I mean, all you really have to worry about is just, like, if you get too low on health, just use Frog's Cure. That's it.
True. Unless you get super unlucky and you're really low on HP at that point where he decides to spam.
Oh, hey, I wonder who Gaspar could be, though.
Well, he just said the Guru of Time.
That's the joke. I don't know.
But, yeah. Magus is dead.
And
he's not coming back.
Yep.
For killing Magus, you get the amulet, which is by far one of the best accessories in the entire fucking game.
And after killing him, a little somber music. I kind of like that little touch.
Well, it's more because they realize Magus actually wasn't evil the entire time.
So it just nullifies all status effects?
It nullifies all status ailments, so Chaos, fucking gone, finally. Fuck that status ailment, I swear to God.
Chaos, poison, anything else?
Chaos is the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Because that makes you attack your party members, and nobody wants to deal with that shit.
Essentially confused. And obviously you're going to show off the other option.
Yeah. If you decide not to fight Magus...
I like how Magus is still like getting the glove ready. He's like, I'm ready to die. I don't care.
He's like, what? Fight me, bitch. But fine, don't fight me.
It's like, come at me, bro. He's like, nah, I don't want to.
So if you decide not to fight Magus and leave, you get to have him join your team and have the best mage in the fucking game.
Treachery!
You son of a bitch. No, fuck you. You
realize the shit you've made me go through. You turned me into a fucking frog.
You killed my best friend.
And then you turned me into a fucking frog. That pisses me off more. No.
And then you technically killed my other best friend, even though it really wasn't your fault.
Your mom killed my best friend. Therefore, I'm going to blame it on you.
I mean, I know your mom's a bitch, but fuck it. So anyway, yeah, we get Magus. And
yeah,
he is definitely...
The fun part about Magus, though, is that he has elemental variety. Like, he has...
Yes.
The only thing, though, is he only has Fire 2, Ice 2, and Lightning 2 as, like, his other magic spells. He's mostly a dark shadow user.
Yes. He is the only pure shadow. He is the only pure shadow mage user in the game. The only other way you can get shadow magic ailments is Robo, because his lasers technically count as shadow magic elemental for some reason.
Yeah, but thing is though, Robo's shadow magic is limited, whereas with Magus, he can do the strongest shadow spells.
Yes. He also comes equipped with a whole bunch of really good stuff that no, I was wrong. I was double checking to see if any of his equipment had like special properties. I don't think they do.
I also like
They're
how
just
most of the equipment he starts with is so has such edgy names, like the Raven Armor,
the Dark Mail, and the Dark Sight,
the Doom Helm.
Yeah, why not?
And Amulet. He has the amulet, so kill him or not, you still get the amulet as an accessory.
Yeah. But trust me, you want to keep Magus alive, the effort it takes to level him back up again is totally worth it. Trust me. I mean, technically you can make Robo the strongest mage in the game, but that's because you force him to by using magic tabs.
Give those magic tabs
just
to
as
Magus.
Technically, though, I could see you powering up Robo more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's really personal preference, honestly. I like Magus. He's one of my favorite characters for this game.
For obvious reasons, because he actually has backstory, and you kind of sympathize with him.
To be fair, every character in this game has some kind of backstory. It's just very limited.
Plus, his is the most tragic. I mean, like, his backstory is essentially the cause behind the entire story's plot in the first place.
Also, this game spoils that you can get Magus on your team because this shop sells a scythe. So if you don't get Magus, you just find that there's a scythe here and you go, "Aw, shit." So if you decide not to go up that cliff first and go and find items, like, thanks for spoiling that Magus thanks for spoiling that we may or may not get Magus on our team, game. But yeah, you can buy the Dark Scythe and it's better than what he already has.
Well, obviously. I mean, they got to start him off with something. I mean, what he starts with is all right, but obviously he's going to get better stuff.
Oh, definitely.
And thing is, though, there's not that many scythes in the game. It's just because you get him so late in the game. So it's like, why are they going to give him a full arsenal of scythes? I think he only has like 5 or 6 different kinds he can get.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. New, are you going to move so I can get that magic tab that's behind you?
I thought
No? Fuck.
You already got it, though.
I did, and then I remembered. Oh, right, I already got it. Never mind. Let's go back to the end. Let's go back to the end of time and figure out a way to bring Chrono back. Wait. Before that, oh shit.
God damn it, Magus. Stop looking like Dracula in your freaking cape.
Never. It works too well. Well, that's fucking ominous.
It's quite the ominous thing coming up. I like the music, though. I'm gonna stay quiet for this. Look at that totally optional dungeon.
Seriously. No, that is the Black Omen. Or in the Japanese version, it's known as the Black Dream.
I think that's also kind of like to reference the fact that the game was made by what was called the Dream Team.
It was Square's Dream Project. That's also a name of one of the optional endings of this game.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the Ocean Palace. It is now back up in the sky because of Zeal, because she's a fucking bitch.
Yep. I think you could just go straight there if you wanted to.
You can. You can go and beat the game right now if you really want to.
Yeah,
but we don't have Chrono.
Like right now, you're not like compared to the game up to this point. This is where the game just stops holding your hand or starts not like railroading you to through the story, because at this point you could do just about anything you want. Now that you have like the epic.
Yeah. The important thing though is we kind of want to get Chrono back. Magus said there's a way to bring him back. Let's go figure that out.
I also like how the epic with wings now has that little animation whenever you like time travel.
Oh yeah.
Like straight up Back to the Future reference right there.
Wouldn't surprise me if that was what they were going for.
I mean, it go in top speed and then like it wraps around the world until it gets back to the point it was at, and then it just in the flashlight just goes. I always like that.
I do too. It was amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing how a game from 1996 can still look amazing 20 years later.
And it still looks. I would say it looks even better in the DS version somehow.
Well, but they upgraded it a little bit.
Yep.
He can use Shadow, the only one that can actually the only one that's really supposed to use Shadow magic.
And I like how even he says like, oh, he could even teach me a thing or two.
Fuck you.
Well, considering, like, even though he is shadow-oriented, he does have the other elemental spells, but only just their second tier.
Yeah. And and as much as I love using Magus, which I do,
He's got to learn
you have
some
to
new
get
stuff.
all of his crap back.
Yeah, the only things he has right now are the other elementals attacks.
I want my dark matter. I don't want to spend 5 hours getting it back.
He'll get it back, don't worry, considering you are going to have to... Considering you're going to do everything the game's going to want you to do. Or rather, all the optional stuff.
Yeah, but even still, it takes a long time to get Magus all of his spells back.
Still, I would have liked it if they gave him at least one shadow magic attack, because he doesn't have any right now.
The first shadow spell you get is Dark Bomb, I think.
Yeah, but even so, it would have been nice if, like, he had those 3 elemental attacks, plus just 1 shadow attack. Just that, and then...
What's weird is that he has 3 shadow elemental attacks, but the only one he ever uses when he fights you is Dark Matter. I know why, because Dark Matter is fucking awesome.
But yeah, check that out.
Oh, yeah. Since the Black Omen appeared in 1200 BC, that means it exists in 600 AD and 1000 AD.
Yeah.
Which also means you can go through the final optional dungeon 3 times.
Yep.
Fighting the same bosses all 3 times. I'm pretty sure they intended that as a way to grind before you go fight Lavos.
Yeah. You could even go to it in, like, post-apocalypse, but at that point, like, the game just tells you, oh, it's too late now, you can't really do anything here.
Yeah, if you go to the Black Omen in 1200 in
2300.
In 2300, Zeal's there and laughs at you and goes, "The world's already dead. Lavos won. I'm immortal. Fuck you."
And I think when I remember correctly, it's like the way they explained the Black Omen being in all these time periods except for prehistoric. It's just like, oh, it's like, since it's powered by Lavos, it transcends time in a way.
That really doesn't explain how it's not in 65 million. It should
it's
be able to
because,
exist.
well, that's because, I don't even know.
It doesn't exist in 65 million because magic didn't exist in that era.
Yeah, because by that point,
that's the
Lavos just
explanation I'll
barely
give.
touched down, so magic doesn't really exist, per se.
This is also one of the few times where they use time travel as part of the plot, because now if you go talk to people in 1000 AD, they act as if the Black Omen has always been there, even though it just showed up now.
Well, it showed up now for us, but for them, all obviously, that whole, like,
Yeah, it's always been there, and I like that.
little
There's
butterfly effect, and like everyone just it goes from barely
They just
existing in like at all to like all of a sudden, oh hey, that's always been there. What are you talking
It's there,
about?
and people just accept that there's a giant floating death machine in the sky now.
Well, obviously, it's always been there. What are you talking about?
Zeal just rules the universe. We all know. Zeal just rules the world. We just all know this. As long as we don't say or do anything about it, she's not gonna she's not gonna pull a Kefka on us and rain her light of judgment on the world.
I don't know why. I just imagined that one episode of The Simpsons. It's like the Halloween special where Bart had like, it was like Bart's dream where he has like this crazy omnipotent power.
Yeah, I think that was a reference to Children of the Corn. I think where everyone's afraid of him because he just makes them do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and then I'm just imagining the part where like imagining Homer is the people of this planet, and then like Bart is Zeal. It's like, all right, don't say anything, don't even think anything, just come up behind him and hit him in the head with the bat. And then Zeal just destroys them.
No!
Or rather, Zeal turns them into a Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah.
You know, I think I gotta do that. I'm gonna try to do an edit like that. I think I'm gonna make Homer Magus.
Oh God.
I just gotta find that clip. Hopefully there's something on YouTube that I can use for that.
And then I came back here because I completely forgot about something here. There's a tab hidden behind Toma's grave.
Well, they're not gonna need it anymore.
I could have gotten this a long freaking time ago, but I completely forgot about it. And there is a point in the game where we do have to come back here for an optional side quest, but I didn't want to wait and do that until later. I just figured, give it to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said,
Even though
at
I'm
this point, the game is giving you free reign to do anything you want.
The most important thing you want to do now, though, is go get Chrono back.
Well, yeah, if you want him to get him back, but if you feel like you don't really need to for plot reasons, I don't know why you would think that, but if you want to, you could just go on with the rest of the game without him.
That does give you an alternate ending if you go and beat the game without Chrono.
Yep.
At this point, though, fuck that. Lavos would kill me.
Are you gonna go grinding for Magus's techs?
No.
Is that a yes? Yes.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
You know I would never show myself grinding on screen. Not intentionally, anyway. No, at this point I'm just backtracking and getting stuff that I couldn't get before. Now that I can go anywhere and everywhere I want.
Yep.
So, like, there's this new here. And this guy gives you the... whoever's the lead in your party, this new can just change his name. So if you want, like I did with my old LP, I could change Magus's name to Vegeta if I want to. Or I can change his name back to Janice and be like, fuck that, you're back to your old self again, you jerk.
I would have called him Ass.
Also, you get a Silver Rock, which is needed if you want to... Now that we have Magus on our team, Magus is the only character in the game that has unique triple techs with certain characters.
Thing is, though,
This
you
is
have
what all
to have
those-
certain items in order for them to be pulled off.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't have any double techs with anyone else. He only can do triple techs. And even then, you need to have a certain item in your inventory in order to be able to do it.
Yep. And everyone can learn double and triple techs with every single character. Except for Magus, because he's a dick.
Yep.
That's what the wallet does. It turns experience into gold. I don't know. So if you have that equipped, all of your experience turns to money. Why would you do that, though?
Challenge
There's
run.
literally no... No, there's literally no reason for it. You will never run out of money in this game unless you purposefully buy way too much crap.
Well, it could also be used for a challenge run. And like, oh, if you want to do a low-level run, just equip the wallet. Never have to get any experience, which means you'll stay at a low level.
Yeah, that's really that is the easiest way to get Specchio's first form. Because in order to fight Specchio's first form, you got to get to the end of time by level 9, which is fucking hard to do.
You'd have to like skip just about every optional battle, like only be able to fight
and
the
new
bosses.
and New Game Plus won't help you with that because you'll keep all your levels.
All your levels, all your items, etc., etc. Except for the key items, obviously.
Yeah. I think these guys have some new items. I'm not exactly sure.
We'll find out eventually once you choose buy. There you go. Nope, nothing.
There you go. They're like, nope, nope. I think I was looking at notes at that point. Sorry. No, but I think the trade shop has different items now. If you want to go back to the hunting range and grind to that shit.
Maybe.
Personally, no. Because that takes too long. Because I'd be grinding off the new, and good lord, does it take forever to fight that thing.
Yep. It takes forever to even try to get it to show up on the map in the spot you want it to show up on, let alone fighting it.
Yeah, I know.
So at this point, at your level right now, that doesn't really matter. You could one-shot it once you find it.
True. I mean, thankfully I have all the males, so if I really want to go fight Specchio again, I could try to, but Specchio would murder me. That's the one thing I have yet to do in this playthrough, which is also the thing I didn't do in my original playthrough, is grind up to level 99 to get Specchio's ultimate form. And I apologize for people that want to see that, but I'm not going to do that because that just takes way too long.
It really does. Now, it's not hard. It's just tedious to like have to grind all those levels.
And even if I do, there's a 99% chance that the first thing he's going to do is cast Luminaire on me, and I die. It's going to be Luminaire, or Dark Matter, or Flare, and either way, whatever it is, I'm fucked. But anyway, the important thing is we have to go talk to Gaspar and figure out what we can do about getting Chrono back.
I suppose. No, I don't know.
I mean, I kind of want my main tank back.
You want your jack of all trades back.
Jack of all trades, my ass. He's 99% physical attacks, and the only magic attack that's worth a damn is Luminaire.
You want your Ness back.
Ness at least has both their attacks and healing spells. Yeah, unfortunately Chrono is dead. This is something extremely ballsy for this game to do, especially back in 1996. Wait, no, it wasn't. No, it was 93. It was unheard of for for characters to die, let alone main characters. Also, this game kind of shafts Chrono. His theme is just Marl's theme again. God damn it. Chrono doesn't get his own theme song. Well, technically he does, but it's technically the theme song of the main game. It's technically the main theme of the game itself. So yes, Chrono still technically doesn't have his own theme song.
At the very least, this plays like in the animated cutscene for the PS1.
Yeah, it does. Do you need my brain power? Oh, get out of here.
It's like, let me mourn.
No, she was asking if I wanted her on my team, and I said no. It's like, oh, get out of here. My skills might rust. Fuck you, frog. And now I'm just showing off all the dialogue.
Let's go fight Lavos.
No. No, instead we're gonna go get Chrono back. Next time!
I guess.
I want my tank back, god damn it. It's stupid to not have him. If this is the first playthrough, and if you want to get that ending of beating the game without Chrono, good fucking luck.
I'm sure it's possible, because I mean at this
point, it's definitely
like, I mean, at this point, they let you, like, even once you get Chrono back, you're going to have the option to not even have him in the party at all anymore.
Yeah, but it's fucking Chrono, and I want him back.
He's the main character, question mark?
He is.
Yeah, he is.